The video you are about to watch was made for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the content creators themselves and should not be taken personally. So sit back and enjoy.
Wait a minute. Trump sued you and me and us. He sued the IRS for $10 billion. The DOJ that he's in charge of, that he runs, but we pay for, settles with him for $1.7 billion. With that money, they created a $1.7 billion fund that they took directly from the Treasury Department of our money, your money, my money, our money. And then Trump created his own panel of people that he handpicked that he can fire at any time. And that panel gets to pick who of Trump's loyalists get a part of that $1.7 billion. And some of the people that are going to be getting that money are the people that stormed the fucking Capitol. Ones who beat and killed police officers, who took their own shit, put it in their hand, and then smeared it on the Capitol walls. And we have no say-so about that. There's no transparency on who's getting the money and the panel who's in. This is a joke, right?
Glad I'm not the only one saying it.
If you do the math on this, Chris, the first thing I did was I divided 1.7 billion by 1,600, which is the number of pardoned insurrectionists and rioters there were, and you get just over $1 million. Each one of them could be given $1 million, and then they would have, tens of millions left over for other purposes. But he's basically replenishing the private militia that he pardoned from January 6th, just in time for the 2026 election.
So you're saying all I have to do to get my bills paid, my house paid off, my school loans paid, and all my debts paid is storm the Capitol? I bet it's bonus points if I'm carrying a Trump flag, right?
Hey, everybody. I have some news, and it's not good. The Justice Department's settlement with Donald Trump is even worse than we knew. It turns out there was a secret part of the agreement that was hidden from us when it was announced yesterday. I just reviewed it, and I am struggling to find words to tell you how catastrophic and corrupt it is. I'm Liz Oyer, the former pardon attorney for the Department of Justice. Here's the deal. Todd Blanche, in his official capacity as acting attorney general, signed this one-page document right here. It's called a release of claims. And here's what it does. It signs away all claims against Donald Trump on behalf of the United States. In other words, it says that Trump cannot be investigated, audited, or sued by the United States government in the future. That includes any government agency, the Justice Department, the IRS, etc. In effect, this will end the ongoing audits of Trump and his companies. But that's not all. It forfeits our right to collect any taxes owed by Trump and his businesses. It waives our right to try to reclaim the money he stole from taxpayers. It gives up our right to sue him for damages or to pursue really any legal recourse whatsoever against Donald Trump. And it binds the United States forever, meaning it applies even after Trump and Blanche leave office. And it's actually even worse than that because it's not limited to just Donald Trump. It also signs away all of our claims against his companies, his family members, and his associates. This is a staggering betrayal of the public trust. Even compared to other bad acts by this administration, this one stands out as especially unforgivably corrupt. Trump and Blanche are colluding together to give away our money, our rights, and our democracy.
The president has set up a slush fund, however you want to say that it got set up, and he literally will get to choose through his hand-picked appointees who gets paid that fund. That is absurd. This is corruption that has never been more blatant or more widespread. What is happening is you write the check, Trump and his cronies cash it, American taxpayers who are already being whacked with high prices are going to foot the bill. That's what we are seeing today, and that is what many of us are really, really angry about.
Are you switching them out for all American flags? Oh, just that one?
Every other one.
Oh, every other one. Yep. Yeah, nice. Well, it does look like this big flag is going to be replaced because I can see it right here. Brand new. This last one also has the American flag here.
You know, I wonder why I keep seeing all these videos of people accidentally running into all these flock cameras.
Someone knocked the flock camera down.
You know, people should probably know where exactly these cameras are located. You know, just to avoid any unfortunate accidents or anything like that. Now, apparently there's an actual map that shows where they are in your area. Yeah. I think it's called maps.dflock.org or some shit like that. Yeah, it's probably really useful information to have these days.
Police installed AI cameras in New York without permission, and now the entire town is turning against each other. This all started when a resident alerted her community after she noticed cameras topped with solar panels in her neighborhood and identified them as flock cameras. Local residents called for the cameras to be removed, so the Democratic City Council tried to stop funding for them, but then the Republican mayor accused the City Council of defunding the police and declared a state of emergency in order to keep the cameras running, even though they were installed without approval from the Troy City Council. Flock cameras have a documented history of misuse across the country. A Kansas police chief was just forced to resign after using data from flock cameras to stalk his ex-girlfriend. A Texas deputy used flock data to track and locate a woman who had an abortion, and there's numerous records showing police searching flock on behalf of ICE.
A Coloradan keeps getting pulled over because flock surveillance cameras tell police he has an active warrant. He doesn't. But he can't convince the surveillance network to leave him alone.
Over here, they zipped out of nowhere and immediately got behind me with the lights flashing.
There was no crime committed.
No, I don't have a warrant.
But Kyle Dosman is getting used to sitting in his car.
I don't think this warrant has been on this car for very long, and I got pulled over again. It was actually by the same officer.
You need my license?
No.
Okay.
I remember you, man. Okay.
The Cherry Hills Village Police say the Gilpin County Sheriff has a warrant out with Kyle's plate, and it was put on a flock camera hot list.
Everywhere in the state, every time I pass a camera, they get alerts in their car that I'm in the area.
The flock cameras did alert to his license plate being associated to a warrant.
But that Kyle doesn't actually have a warrant.
Nobody should be stopped when there's no legitimate law enforcement purpose for that.
Kyle has called both the Gilpin County courts and sheriff's office to get off the list.
We're not going to do anything, and they know we're not going to do anything. If you think that peaceful protests or complaining to our senators and congressmen are going to make a difference, or even voting somebody out that you don't like and voting somebody else in, you think that's going to make a difference to their plan? No. They're going to trudge forth with their plan. They have a master plan, and nothing we can do is going to change it. And nothing civil. I don't know if we're too lazy, too comfortable, too busy. I don't understand. Maybe we're just scared. I don't know. But we're not going to do anything, and they know we're not going to do anything. So nothing's going to change. All these distractions to keep us busy, they're going to keep, throwing stuff out there to keep our minds occupied so they can carry on with the plan.
I've said this before, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but people are going to want Hitler in 2 years. Like, they're going to want something super fucking radical because they're pissed off. Nothing they're doing matters. Their politicians on the left and the right don't give a fuck. All the leftists are super against Israel, but all the people that they elected that are supposedly like super leftist Democrats are all still voting to send money to Israel. So when they see this, and, George Galloway says 2 cheeks of the same ass, they're both clapping together, and it's true. Like, it doesn't matter, Republican or Democrat, they're both, when it comes to these very important issues, doing the same thing. Can't agree on anything else, but that they can. And so I think people are going to be fucking really tired of that. And also, like, these assholes like Alex Karp and fucking Sam Altman, they're just so fucking unlikable. And they're talking about surveilling us. They're talking about monitoring us. They want to censor us. They want to I think people are going to be really fucking tired of this Jewish supremacy problem that we have, and they're going to want a solution. And I don't think any traditional politician is going to give them even a semblance of hope of what they want, which is going to be America taken back by Americans to function for Americans.
The system is going to completely fall apart when people get red meat allergies from ticks and they realize they can still eat fast food burgers.
This is the most corrupt story of a presidency you're ever going to see. It is now officially confirmed. Donald Trump's Department of Justice has settled Trump's own lawsuit against his own IRS by creating a $1.776 billion taxpayer-funded anti-weaponization fund for people who claim they were politically targeted. Again, our tax dollars, 1.776. They used a cute number there. Almost $2 billion in our tax dollars is going to go to people that were part of a violent insurrection, that were literally in jail before Trump came to office. Trump sued the government he controls. His DOJ agreed to create $1 billion fund that can benefit his political allies, paid for by the American people. If spread across American households, that's $14 per household to fund this disgusting program, while families are being told there is no money for healthcare, schools, childcare, disaster relief, or lowering costs. Trump's government somehow found $1.776 billion to compensate the people in his political orbit. Hillary Clinton tweeted, Trump didn't just pardon his followers who stormed the Capitol. He's now set them up for payments through a slush fund he created to reward his allies out of your tax dollars. And again, remember, he did say he was going to donate that money to charity. Not so much.
We're asking Americans on the street today, how do they think Trump's doing so far? It's a free speech channel. You can say whatever you want.
I think Trump has sold out the American people. He's all about him and his family enriching. Corruption is, right in front of your face. So it's disgraceful and shameful. And at the end of the day, you have to get Congress back in the midterm, put a check on him. Bottom line.
A literal IED was found in the Converse Reservoir Dam in Mobile, Alabama this morning. It took 5 federal agencies to remove it and to detonate it. It was found by divers during a routine maintenance check. A bomb in a water supply. How is this not national coverage? Where did this bomb come from? Why aren't we talking about it? I just feel like I'm taking crazy pills because I have to get on here and tell people about these things that the news should be telling you. So again, a literal bomb found in a water supply in Mobile, Alabama.
Well, breaking fucking news, if you didn't know, last night a commission of individuals, even though there was opposition by hundreds of locals in Utah, approved Kevin O'Leary's data center, which is 40,000 square acres, which is 2 times the size of Manhattan, New York City. There's videos right now circling the internet of people furious because even though they showed up and even though they were protesting and they're upset and they're about to lose their homes, and this data center is going to destroy the environment, destroy the air quality, destroy everything about their everyday life, and destroy more of the planet than what we've already destroyed. This commission saw nothing but dollar signs and chose the dollar over the people.
These are not data centers, guys. These are fusion centers. And then they proceed to tell you that you should just trust them and you should look it up. I'm tired of seeing this. So this video is dedicated to understanding very quickly, what is a data center? What is a fusion center? Is what's being built right now the same thing? Why it is not? Let's give a full breakdown. Let's go. First, let's give a couple quick definitions so we're working from the same starting point. A data center is a warehouse full of computer servers. Companies like Microsoft, Google, and Amazon build them to store data and run software at massive scale. A fusion center is a real thing. It is a government office where local, state, and federal law enforcement and all of their analysts share threat information with each other. There are about 80 of them that we know of, in the entire country.
This unit right here is in your car. I just unplugged it from mine, and you can take your car off the grid. It's actually tracking you, and you can do something about it. You're not even gonna lose any features. This is the tracking unit that's in your car. Check it out. Everything is still working. The navigation, all the features that I want and care about, other than them tracking me, it still functions. This black box has been buried in my car since I bought it, and it's tracking me everywhere I go. I ain't digging it. I don't like it. I didn't sign any agreement to say, go ahead and track me or sell my information. This week, we're digging into how it all works and how it all came together. I'm thinking privacy ain't private no more, and freedom ain't free. How does it know everywhere I go? I'm gonna explain to you the details as we dig into it at the end of every episode. This ain't no conspiracy.
Can felons be drafted for wars? No, generally individuals with felony convictions are ineligible for the military draft and voluntary services, as they cannot pass required moral character background checks. But can they be presidents? Oh yeah, of course. Convicted felons can legally serve as presidents of the United States. Think about what that sounds like. Hey, I'd like to defend our nation. No, we can't trust you. Hey, well, can I control the nation? Sure, sounds perfect.
They're not data centers. They're crypto mining facilities, but they can't tell you because then you'll want some of the crypto.
I want to go on to the Epstein investigation. Is it closed or open?
When you say the Epstein investigation, what are you referring to, Senator? If you're referring,
you're head of the Department of Justice. Is the Epstein investigation open or closed?
But I guess I don't understand what Epstein investigation means.
This would be hilarious if it wasn't so serious. The cover-up just needs to end now.
This is what $10 worth of groceries looks like. That's it. Grapes were half off. I don't know what the world's coming to.
Let's do a durability test. 2026 block versus 1980s block. 2026, I'm going first. Crack like a trap. 1980s.
These cinder blocks are just the tip of the iceberg. Because once you start digging into all of the materials that they're using to build that home, like the quality of your wood, the material underneath the siding that's like a composite cardboard material, you'll start to realize that all the changes that we've seen over the last few decades is centered around one thing: profits.
Crazy. That's crazy. Look at this. They close this motherfucker down. Look at this. Look at that. Look, code enforcement. You believe that they're gonna close it down? You believe how they close all these stores down? Look all these stores they close down. Look, you can't even go. You can't even go to the store and buy nothing. Look at that. I wonder who did this. It's crazy. Look. Look at that. They close all these down. Look at that, code enforcement, close everything down. What's going on South Orange Avenue? What's going on around here? They close everything down. They close everything down on South Orange Avenue.
I'm not paying no more bills.
This country tries to control us with fear and fear of debt. Treat it like it doesn't exist. I'm telling you right now, do not pay. What can they do?
I stopped paying my bills and stopped giving a shit about my credit score that I had been working years and years and years to fix.
Well, do you understand what this will do to your credit? Have you seen my credit? Do you think that I care?
For decades, we've been told to pay your bills on time and maintain a good credit score, and many people have been doing that because we want to maintain a perfect profile. But more and more, I'm seeing a growing trend of people saying, no, I'm not going to do that anymore, and I don't even care about my credit score because of the cost of living.
Don't pay your credit card off. What if we all collectively decided we're going to max out our credit cards and not pay it off?
I did the whole credit card thing, and you know that whole 7-year rhetoric? After 7 years, it's wiped off. Not anymore. They changed the rules. Again, yeah, happened to me. Something from 9 years ago. It's coming up on the loan chart. And how much money do you think they're going to give you? No, I'm serious. How much money do you think you're really going to be able to rack up? What, 10 grand? No offense. I'm just saying, like, it's actually kind of genius. I'm not mad about it. I don't care. I don't care anymore.
Mind you, they took all the fruit trees and they sold the fruit back to us. They took all the water, bottled it, sold it back to us. They took all the land, built on it, and said we had to buy it back. Why do y'all feel like we don't deserve a free life?
What's the end goal here? Because the U.S. government cannot possibly believe that this is sustainable.
My dear, they know it's not sustainable. All of this is on purpose. The government is intentionally destroying our ability to self-sustain. And the reason I know that is this isn't the first time this has happened in history. This is the goal of any liberal government. Their goal is to make the citizens of this country as dependent on the government as possible. Because you know what happens when the citizens of a country can self-sustain? They don't let the government do what they want. The more the American people are able to succeed without the help of the government, the less power the government has. Like, this shit is not by accident. But do you know right now that the Fed is intentionally keeping rates high? And they are doing that to make things more expensive. They are literally keeping the rates high so people can't afford shit. And they're claiming they're trying to do it to control inflation, but it's not working, but they're continuing to do it anyway. You have to understand that the Democrats don't want the American people to be able to take care of themselves. Like, all you have to do is look at any policy our government has passed while under Democrat control. It's always social programs. It's always programs to give money to people or to give resources to people. And the cost of all these programs is always deferred for decades after, so that people can enjoy the short-term benefits of a program we can't actually afford, get addicted to those benefits, become reliant on those benefits, and then 10 years from now, when those Democrats are no longer in power, they get to blame Republicans for not funding those programs, even though they knew when they created the program that it was unaffordable down the line. You could see this in every Democrat-controlled state. Like, you can see it in California, in New York, in New Jersey. They create tons of unsustainable programs that give short-term things to the citizens, and they leave the consequences of that to be dealt with by people who are elected 10 years later, all with the goal of making people as reliant on the government as possible.
You know, 200 years ago, people would have stormed these politicians' homes, drug them and their families to the street, and that would have been the end of it.